Welcome to the second part of simple interest. So previously we were trying to answer the following questions. On the previous video we've already answered the first question. So if you haven't watched the previous video, I would advise that you pause from here, go back and search for the video by the description, simple interest part 1, and watch that one first, because here it's a continuation from that video. So we've already answered the first question from the previous video. Now we will be answering the second question. So the question reads, a loan was issued on the 1st for 1.5. So look at the nature of the question. Then the question is not saying off, so that's not the amount of money that was issued on the 1st of April. We don't know how much it is, but the loan is for 1.5, meaning that's the money that has to be paid at the end. That's our future value. So had the question said a loan was issued on the 1st of April of 1.5, then we would have suggested that the 1.5 is our present value. But an unknown loan was issued on the 1st of April for 1.5. So that's the value of the loan. That's how much that has to be paid back when the period ends. And the question proceeds by saying it is payable on the 1st of October of the same year. A simple interest rate of 16% per annum is applicable. What is the present value if the loan was paid on the 1st of the same year? So here we just have to look at the whole thing. We must just put the whole thing in a timeline there. So let's put the whole story on the timeline. Let me remove this. First thing first, I know, because on the question the word simple interest is mentioned, I know I will be using this formula. No man. S is equals to P 1 plus RT. This is the original formula that I'm supposed to be using if I am asked to calculate something, and on that very same paragraph the word simple interest was mentioned. This is the simple interest equation or formula. But now in this case they want me to calculate P. So if I write this formula in terms of P, I will have P is equals to S 1 plus RT. So this is what I have. The original form of the formula is like this, which is given on the formula sheet for those who are writing an exam. But because now I need to calculate the value of P, I can write this formula like this. If you are good with your mathematics, you can derive this yourself. I've done that on the previous video. Hence, if you want to understand the maths, you will just have to then watch the previous video. So from here, I can get my value of future value R and T. But then they already told me, if I can put on my data there, they already told me that the loan amounts to 1,500 rand. So I know my future value is 1,500. So the value of S is 1,500. I know R is 16%. So 16% divided by 100, it's 0.16. Now the trick here is actually to get the value of T, which is the time. Now let's put the whole story on a timeline. What exactly are they saying, these guys? So these guys, they are saying, so if I put my timeline, I'm gonna put my timeline in terms of months, because the question, it goes in months, the 1st of April up until the 1st of October, but then it was paid on the 1st of June. So let me put the 1st of every month starting from the April. So this is going to be the 1st, January, February, March, April. April is the 4th month. This is going to be the 1st of the 4th month. April, the 1st of April. May, the 1st of May. The 1st of June. The 1st of June. The 1st of July. The 1st of July. The 1st of August. The 1st of August. The 1st of September. I'm running out of space there. The 1st of September. And the 1st of October. I'll put it here. The 1st of the 10th month. You can just write this in a clear scale for yourself. So this is the 1st of April, the 1st of May, the 1st of June, the 1st of July, the 1st of August, the 1st of September, and the 1st of October, which is the total period. But then now that amount of loan, it's supposed to be paid here, right? But somehow it was paid 1, 2, 3 back. It was paid here. But we know that the loan was taken here. So at first we're worried, what is our P here? Right? If originally the loan was paid in October, we're going to say how many months is it from April to October? So it's going to be, we'll count as a number line, we'll count this as 0. So it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would have been 6 months till October. But then now they've paid it earlier, 3 months earlier. So they paid it, we can count from here, 0 going back. So it's 1, 2, 3 months earlier. So it's 3 months. But then conversion factor, remember when we use this formula, we use it in years. So it's 3 months of 12 months of the year. So what is 3 over 12? 3 over 12 is roughly 1 over 4. And we can put this as 1 over 4 here, our T. So we can then find what is our P. So we know that T, the only trick here, it was just to put the whole process in a number line, and then you solve it in order according to the way the question is broken down there. So now we know everything we have to substitute there. Now we will have our data and everything. So now we can just go ahead and finish up what we've started, which is calculating P. So let me just remove this. I now know that P is equals to S1 plus RT. Therefore this will be 1.5 as it is on my data there, over 1 plus R is 0.6. 0.16 multiplied by 1 over 4. And then you just punch that on your calculator to get your answer. Therefore, our answer will be just like that. You see, like I punched the whole thing the way it is, so that's our answer, which will be 1442 0.30. So that's the amount that would be paid. That's the amount that would be paid if the loan was paid on the 1st of July instead of October. There is a way we could count how much it would be paid if it was to be paid, how much would be the present value if the loan was up until October. But then now we're not there. We can move on to the next question. So then the next question was saying something about the simple discount rate of a bank is 16%. Now there comes something we've never spoken about, which is simple discount. Let's talk about simple discount. It's not that we're done with simple interest. They go hand in hand. It's like they are coexisting in two different worlds, if you want to look at it like that. So with simple discount, it's a bit of a different story. With simple discount, the best example to use is you go to the bank, you want to borrow money. The bank decides that, look, we will then give you 9,000. We will give you a loan for 9,000 rand. But you don't have to pay it. Oh no, let me make a better example. So if you agree to take a loan from the bank that is payable as 10,000 rand in 2 years time from now at the rate of say 15%. So suppose you take 10,000 rand at the rate of say 15%, which is payable in a period of 2 years, for example, right? That will mean that if it was simple interest rate, would calculate the interest I is equals to PRT, which is then 10,000 times, how many years did I give this one? Let's make it 5 years. So it's 5 years times 15%, which is 0.15, right? This one would then give me 10,000 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 15% of that would give me 7,500, right? But then now I don't know why I choose bigger values for this, but then now suppose the bank say, no, listen, instead of you paying this amount, then because it means in this case, if the total amount was to be paid was going to be 17,500, right? And the bank say, no, instead of paying this money, let's charge you the interest now. So from the 10,000, you can pay the interest now of 7,500, and then what is left of we give you now. So this will be left with 2,500 rand. So this is the money you would be getting now. So actually, discount just means that you're paying the interest now, and then they give you whatever is left off, and then at the end of the period you pay the original amount as it was. That's discount. So it's not like when someone talks about money being discounted at the shop. So technically, discount is equals to whatever you're supposed to pay in future minus the loan they are giving you now, whatever loan that would be, and then it should give you your discount, which is like it would have been interest, but then now it's your discount. So here, as I've loaned 1,000 rand, 10,000 rand, and I've received 2.4 for 5 years, and I've received 2.5 now. It means now my discount is 7.5. So discount is it's more like the reverse of interest rate. And as you can see here, The formula for discount is then as obviously as whatever you get in future minus the interest, but then no longer the interest. Now we call it D, the discount rate. We can substitute the R with the D. So T for the term. So whatever you were supposed to pay in future, multiply by the discount rate of 15%, multiply by the number of years. It would give me that very 7.5. So that's it with discount rate. So we have two things now. Let's recap. We have two things now. We know of an interest rate, which is PRT. This one is for the future. Like we borrow money now, we pay it in future as it is in total. And we have discount. D is equals to SDT, where we say S is the future value, D is the discount rate, and T is the term. So we have these two little different things here, but they do connect. The interest rate and the discount rate, they do connect. We'll talk about that soon. I want us to come up with a formula for our discount rate. So I'm saying in that case, in this case where I borrowed 10,000 and the interest was 7.5 and then I received 2.5 now, meaning with discount we're focusing on the present value. So whatever I'm getting now, it will be whatever I'm going to pay in total, subtracting the discount they're giving me now, right? And P is equals to S minus D for discount. D is equals to SDT, so it's minus SDT. This part here. You can see they connect. So if I take a common factor here, then I have something of this nature. We then say this is our formula for discount. Whenever you have to use this formula, the word discount must be, or discount rate must be mentioned on that paragraph. I repeat again. For you to answer a question like this, let me write this actually on a clear page again, because I want to say, but then don't forget this. This is very important. So we know interest rate is like this, discount rate is like that. Now I just derived the formula for discount, which is this. Now let me write the formula for discount in order. So the formula for discount, now we agree that it's P is equals to S1 minus DT. This formula may be given in a formula sheet if you are writing an exam for some students across the world. So this is the first form of the formula. Like we did with the simple interest formula, we can play around with this one. So if the word simple discount is mentioned and they want you to calculate the future value as, you just derive this too. That would be your formula if you had to calculate the value of S. Can you guess the third one? Actually, let's derive the third one together just for fun, for the fun of it, because I haven't done this one. I've done rather for simple interest. We want to put the second case where we want to calculate, suppose we want to calculate the discount rate. Suppose the question says calculate the discount rate. So let's say they gave me original one. P is equals to S1 minus dt. And they want me to get, say, T or D. It doesn't matter. Let's focus on discount rate, like I said, D. So this one will be P over S is equals to 1 minus dt. I can write this as minus dt is equals to P over S minus 1. Therefore, if you check proper here, if I divide by minus t, I divide by minus t here, this t minus that, minus that. Therefore, D will be negative S over P minus 1 all over T. So this then we say is your formula for calculating the discount. So if I write the third case on my equation, the third case will then say D is equals to negative not S over P, so it's P over S, the way it is from the original when you divide. So it's P over S minus 1 all over T. This is our third case. I believe now, if you've been following with the other videos of simple interest, also you can guess the fourth case. So the fourth case will be if we have to calculate T, and T will be minus P over S minus 1 all over D, discount rate. Right? So this is the fourth case. So this is how the equations of discount looks like. Should there ever be not a question as such, you must know what everything stands for here. P still stands for present value, like it did with the simple interest. S still stands for future value or accumulated amount, or the money you get after. So S and P, nothing changed. T is still for the period. The difference now is just D for discount rate. So instead of interest rate, it's discount rate now, because the interest is paid at the moment the loan is taken off. That's the trick. So now let's look at the question again and see if we can give it another approach and see that now that we understand something. So the question says the simple discount rate of a bank is 16% per annum. If a client signs a note to pay 6,000 Rand in 9 months' time, how much will the client receive? Meaning now. That is what? P. What is the equivalent simple interest rate? Great. Let's answer the first. So in that question we have two questions. Let's answer the first question first. The first question says the client the simple discount rate of a bank is 16%. So now that they've mentioned simple discount, we already know the formula that will be is this one. Why? Because the word simple discount is mentioned on the question. Now I must get my data to know what I have, what I don't have. They say on the question, if a client signs a note to pay 6,000 in 9 months' time, so the 6,000 is paid in future 9 months' time from now. That is our future value. So the client is going to pay this amount. Remember, so it makes sense now with discount, because they discount the value to pay you less, now charge you the interest, and then in future you pay the amount in total. So how much will the client receive now? So what is P actually? That is the question that they are asking, because we do know the time. The time is 9 months' time from now. So in 9 months' time, it's going to be 9 months. If I put a number line of 12 months, it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 9. So it's going to end up being 9. So 9 months is just 9 months of the 12 months. So if it's in months, you always divide by 12 to take it back to years in order to qualify to use the formula. So T is 9 over 12. What do I need again? D, discount rate. They've mentioned that it's discount rated at 16%. 16% divided by 100 is 0.16. So now voila, I just have to calculate P. And to calculate P, I have everything I need on the formula, so it's straightforward as it is. So I'm just gonna come and say P is equals to S1 minus dt. There's gonna be my, I almost said my S, but the value of S is 0.16 times 9 over 12. I could simplify this further, but if you are using a calculator, it doesn't matter. But then if we're simplifying this further, it was going to be 9 by 3, 369 is 3, 12 by 3, 369, 12, it's 4. So this, the simplified one was going to be 3 by 4, but then it doesn't really matter, like I say. And then because you can punch that in a calculator, but then if it was a final answer, it would be more easier to simplify it brutally to the simplest form. So the answer is 5,280. So the person now will receive 5,280. That would be the present value. So the money they are giving them now, the loan, it will be for 5,280, and then after 9 months they will pay 6,000 rand. That's how it is. The next question on the same question is, it says, what is the equivalent simple interest rate? Guys, question like this, you shouldn't be stressed. There's a formula sheet for students who are probably in first year, but otherwise, if it's a case where you're just doing this for your own vibe, there's a formula that shows the relationship. Let me look for the formula, because I'm not ready to derive from the start for the sake of the video. Oh, so the formula looks like this. R is equals to D over 1 minus dt. Should you want to convert from discount rate to simple interest rate, this should be your formula. So now, applying second question, we already know the value of our discount rate. Our discount rate, it was said to be 16%. So D, it's equals to 0.16. So they want the equivalent interest rate of that. So I just substitute there. I just substitute straightforward from there. This is going to be 0.16 into 1 minus 0.16 times the period, which is 9 months of 12 months, like that. So my value will then be that means it's going to be 2 over 11, which is roughly 0.18, which is 18%. So 0.18 means that 18% simple interest rate is equivalent to 16% of simple discount rate. In this case, simple discount rate. Doesn't matter what I wrote there, but then you get like 18% simple discount rate. In this case is it's equivalent to 16%. 18% of simple interest rate it's equivalent to 16% of simple discount rate, like that. So we've answered the third question. I will leave the fourth question as a trial for yourself to try it on your own. Should you struggle, just hit me up with an email. I don't mind to evaluate your work or assess your work should you be interested to be assisted with that. Hey, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Simpiwe. This is the Simplified channel. Please hit the like, the subscribe button, the reminder button for more future videos like this. Oh no, before I go, let me add up. There's also a formula to calculate. To move from the discount rate, to move from the if it's a simple interest rate occasion, you can move from simple interest to a discount rate. We can also derive it from here, but otherwise there is a way to do that also. So just look out for the formula sheet, but otherwise it's straightforward like that. I'm Simpiwe and I'm out.